I think in not only in football, every profession, it's very important to be disciplined, managing your things well. As a sports person, I think a lot of people are aware of it, or I'm not sure if they're aware of it or not. So you have to sacrifice a lot of your personal life and your family life, because any football would agree to this. You spend more time with your teammates instead of your parents, your brothers, sisters, your partner, because all the time you're traveling with with the teammates. So, but you have to manage it well. You need to give, whenever you get the chance to spend time with your family. If you are totally ignorant based on that, then it's going to affect your family life, which is also not good. And also it's very important, like I said, discipline in any field. Either you're a scientist or you're a doctor or you're a footballer, whatever business you are in, discipline is something which I always tell young kids to learn from a very young age. It not only comes in the field, but how disciplined you are off the field, how you manage your diet, how you manage your sleep. This is a big responsibility, to be honest, just to get to bed every night by 9:30 or 10 when all your mates are playing. For now, if I talk about today's generation, everyone is on phones and having a PUBG time or whatever. It takes a lot of guts and sacrifices to get to bed by 9:30 and then to get up. And if everyone in your house is having a parantha or dosa or whatever, you choose to have rolled oats with hot water. It takes a lot of sacrifice doing it. Trust me on this, to do it every day. But this is what you need to do if you want to achieve your dreams. But it's in the end, when you do all this stuff, you ask yourself, is it worth it? And I would say yes, it is, because when you get to the level where you want to be, and all the things which you have done, the sacrifices, the discipline, then it's all worth it. So management, time, giving time to your family, not ignoring them completely just because you're a footballer, managing your diet, managing your rest, it's very vital. Because in the field, I only talk about football, I spend 2 hours in the field, 2 hours in the gym, that's it. 20 hours, if I'm not well managed, I don't think you can make where you want to be. I'm not that bad looking, I think I could star myself. But I would love to have my brother Vivek do it, because we quite look very similar, like twins only. And he loves the camera, he loves doing stuff on the camera. So I think if I'm given the opportunity to choose someone to, because he's been with me from the day one when I was into football, so he knows me inside out. So I think he'll be able to play it really good if I'm not there. Yeah, I have. I think all sports persons have. This thing I always do, I've been doing for many years. So when we leave the hotel or if you're in your apartments, I always ring up my parents. So the last time I used my phone before a game, I speak to my parents for the last voice which I want to hear on the phone, because after that I'm so much involved in the game, I don't like to speak to anyone, only my teammates I speak to. And then after the game, the first person I want to call is again my parents. So this ritual I have. And also before the game, I have a small prayer for myself and I offer to God for just 1 or 2 minutes. It's in the dressing room, so when we come back from the warm-up, so I go in my locker and I just offer 2 minutes prayer to thank the Lord and wish everyone comes out of it healthy. And in that time no one disturbs me, no one touches me. So all the players who have played with me, they know this. These two, which I always do. There's not I-League clubs. I went for trials in the second division clubs. I was not lucky enough. Like today, you can go and get a trial easily in I-League and all. But back then it was pretty difficult, especially coming from Chandigarh, because we don't have a club. Back then, JST was disbanded. There was not really a club either in Himachal or wherever. North India at that time was struggling, to be honest, in my opinion. So I had to give trials. I went with Vivek to Calcutta, tried 7-8 clubs, second division, third division, whatever. And then finally, when I got my call up, when I went for trials, so I did a trial in Delhi first, and then they sent me back home. It was just a 2-day trial. They came to play the World Cup, and so they sent me back home. And I was like, damn, I missed another chance. But luckily, I don't know how or why, Baichumbai called me again. He said, come over to Sikkim, want to look at you nicely. I think that was a game changer for me. So I went there, I gave my best. My trial went on for almost 2 months because they sacked 2 coaches in between. So first Stanley coach said, I'm going to sign you. Then something happened and he had to leave the club. Then they were a Portuguese coach. He said, I'm going to sign you. Then he also had to leave. And then finally Philippe Ryder came in, and so my trial had been almost for 2 months. And I asked Weichenberg, only if the trial's over, if you want to keep me or not. Then he said, of course, we want to sign you. And then luckily they gave me the contract. And then winning the second division was pretty good, man. And at that time, second division was very, very tough. We had almost 20-30 teams, and you had to play one round with 8-9 teams. We played in Assam. And then luckily the second stage was in Sikkim with our home support. So it went up pretty long. And now I don't know how long in the second division, but back then I used to go for 3-4 months minimum. And you play some 25-30 games, which I feel is pretty good. So yeah, we won it in the last day. And it was in Gangtok, home team. Stadium was full pack, 15,000-20,000 people, 19-year-olds in the Jhingan. Playing first as a professional footballer, and then you qualify for the I-League in front of so many people. I think it was a dream start. And do it with players alongside Randy Singh with you, Sushi Bhai, Rohit Singh Bhai, and Maichun Bhai. They were your teammates. So I think I couldn't have asked for more, even though it took very long. But I always say, was it worth it or not? I would say it was worth it. Because the northern region is so big, and in my opinion, first of all, I don't like to differentiate southern part, north part, west, east, like the different police less, whatever. I like to look at collectively, but if I look at it from a bigger picture, I think North Indian talent is massive. We are big, athletically very strong. I'm not comparing other states, but this is one of our strengths, and you have to admit it if it is there. And in terms of skill as well, taking it back to the 60s and 70s, from Janelle Singh sir time to Inder Singh sir's time, I think we have always been into the Indian national team setup. So it shows that we have that production of good players, and when you don't have a platform to go and show how good you are, then you are just another Sandesh Jhingan who had to travel 1,000, 2,000 kilometers just to give a tryouts, when he could give it 10 kilometers. If there was a club, Minerva back then, I would have come here to give my tryouts. So this thing does make a big difference for any young kid, even for parents. Right now, if I'm a parent of a kid and he says I want to go for trials, a 14-year-old, the best academies are in TFA or in West Bengal. I'm reluctant to send my boy, but if I know there's a Minerva academy, which has produced, I won't say about the crop right now, even the younger crop, kids like Jackson, Anirudh, Himanshu, and all these players, and if I look and I see my kid going there, which is just 10-15 kilometers from my place, I'll be pretty happy, to be honest, to send them. And it makes a massive difference. It creates more jobs, of course. It makes it easy for the players who work every week, just to get to a club when they know that the club is right next to their house. So it plays a big role, man. For our nation, with such population, it's a pity that we don't have an I-League club from each state. Because India, if you look at our history, 100,000 whatever years ago, we've always been talented people, we've always been hardworking people. And now it's a good thing. Now we have a team in Kashmir, in J&K we have a team. Himachal is also coming up with a team. In Delhi now we have our own Ivy League team. Minerva is there, Punjab FC is coming. Gujarat is also coming with a team. Rajasthan also wants to have a team. I'll be more happy when I see each state having at least 2 or 3 teams competing in the I-League. This will create a fan culture as well, which is always good for the league. Half your fans are divided for Minerva, half of your fans are divided for some other team. If we call it Chandigarh, then it creates good atmosphere for the league, and it's good for broadcasting, which involves the media also. So all in all, to have more teams is gonna help employment, platform, money, broadcasting, and future of Indian football. On the field, to be honest, nothing. Not much, in my opinion. In the game, you're so much focused. I don't know about other players, but for myself, I'm so much involved in the game. I cannot let my emotions take over me, or it's not going to be always fans are going to cheer for you. Your away games, they want to kill you with their banters and all, which I totally like, to be honest. have any issue. But yeah, that's why I said it. In my opinion, how I play, for me on the field doesn't matter. It's prior to the game, yes, you enjoy the atmosphere, and after that, you enjoy it. But during the game, I don't feel much. But as a club, I think it's very important to have a fan base, because then you know for whom you're playing. If tomorrow is a game, I know that there's going to be, if I only say about Kerala Blasters, because I've been there for so long, before every game I knew that tomorrow I'm going to have a chance to make a whole series smile. Which I think it's a pretty big thing if you look at deeply into it, with the population of Kerala, not only Keralites, not only in India, but all over the world. There are Malayali people everywhere. And for 90 minutes, I get this opportunity to bring a smile on the face. I think it's a very, it's a privilege, I would say. When you get a chance to make someone smile, I think there's nothing better than that. So, and then of course, they bring more excitement to the game. I think there's no denying that. Without fans, no one would like to watch football on TV as well. So, yeah, without fans, of course, football won't be that football, So yeah, they're very important, man, honestly. And I've been lucky enough from my Sikkim days to my Bangalore days to my Goa days in sporting. They love football like crazy, to be honest. I've been very lucky enough to always play in clubs where they were always supported by fans so well. So always been enjoyed it. Yeah. It's strange, man. It's very hard to speak about things which are very close to your heart sometimes, Me being a man of words, sometimes I'm short of them. Because something when it's so dear to you, if you ask me right now to speak about my mother or my father, I'd be short of words. And the same feeling comes when I say about Kerala Blasters.